Welcome to NYC Web Apps. I'm Shams from NYC Web Apps. In this tutorial, we will talk about web typography in web design. Let's first listen into Steve Jobs' legendary statement about how calligraphy and web typography paved the way to the design of the first personal computer.
Reed College at that time offered perhaps the best calligraphy instruction in the country. Throughout the campus, every poster, every label on every drawer was beautifully hand calligraphed. Because I had dropped out and didn't have to take the normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class to learn how to do this. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture, and I found it fascinating. None of this had even a hope of any practical application in my life. But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me. And we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. If I had never dropped in on that single course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts. And since Windows just copied the Mac, it's likely that no personal computer would have them.
Web pages most frequently use visual language to communicate. Some sites also use audio, but the majority of websites only use visuals, including images, graphics, and text. Yes, text is also a visual element. We cannot read without seeing the text. Websites massively use text to communicate their offer, explain its benefits, and call users to take specific action. Look at this design of this Chinese website. I am impressed, but I cannot figure out what they are offering, what are the benefits of their offer, and what are they asking me to do, simply because I cannot read Chinese language. Without text, it is almost impossible to communicate your message, and the whole site becomes meaningless for users. Use of mobiles with very small screen to browse the website is snowballing, and it is increasing the significance of web typography in communicating the message. Web pages for mobile users are simple, and they mostly rely on typeface and color palette to communicate the message and create an aesthetically pleasing user experience. Typography has always been on the web design trend list. Typography has become even more significant in 2013 because accessibility is also part of web design trend this year. And browsing web on smaller devices elevates its priority as a design element. Unlike regular computer monitor, small devices do not have a large space to display all the visual elements without distorting picture, graphic, and text. Reliance on text to communicate your message has increased manyfold. Typography easily scales for different devices, unlike JPEGs, GIFs, or PNGs. Touch screen makes it essential that buttons are large enough for stubby fingers instead of a mouse, and text is large enough to be easily read. Balancing readability with design aesthetics is the real challenge of typography. You manage web typography using cascading style sheets or CSS. You can regulate size, color, typeface, line height, letter spacing, styling the first letter of first line, and level of capitalization like all caps, initial caps, small caps, or no capitalization at all. You can control text justification and line length by styling block containing text. You can create your style rules in CSS in one location and apply them to all your text throughout your website, or specifically target areas on the page or a particular paragraph. You can easily change the value of text size and font in your style sheet. Here are few websites that use typography as an art form to arrange their text in very creative ways without affecting readability. The New Yorker's website is similar to its printed version. They have used large font size, suitable spacing, and element separation using white that makes it easy to read and aesthetically pleasing. This German site is truly amazing. They have created a picture using various typefaces, weight, shading, colors, depth, and sizes. They have used typeface as a user interface. This is an excellent example of creating casual, conversational, and interesting design using type as a design element. In this short video, we discussed why web typography is fundamental to improving user experience, what is typography, and how typography is used as a visual design element as well as a user interface. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Shams from NYC Web Apps.